Inflation is the rate at which prices rise over a specific time period. Inflation is frequently viewed as a broad measure such as the total increase in prices or the cost of living in a country. However, it may also be calculated more precisely for particular goods such as food or services such as haircut. Inflation measures how much more costly a specific set of products and services has gotten over a specific time period, usually a year. There are several main causes of inflation, including demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. Demand pull inflation occurs when aggregate demand rises while supply remains constant or falls. Cost push inflation occurs when a scarcity of labor, raw materials, crop failures, or capital raises production costs and reduces aggregate supply, while the demand is constant, thereby increasing the price level. Inflation also can occur when the money supply expands faster than the economic production under otherwise normal economic conditions. Statistics shows the inflation rate in Malaysia from January 2020 to December 2022. The Consumer Price Index (CPI) is the most well-known inflation indicator, reflecting the percentage change in the price of a basket of goods and services purchased by households in a specified time period. So, how to calculate inflation using CPI? We can calculate inflation by minus the current year CPI with the previous year CPI and divide by the previous year CPI, then multiply by 100. Let's take an example on calculating year 2022 inflation rate using CPI. Let's say CPI for year 2022 is 129.2 and CPI for year 2021 is 124.5. So, CPI current year 129.2 minus CPI previous year 124.5 divided by CPI previous year 124.5 multiplied by 100. The answer is 3.8%. It means that inflation rate in Malaysia for year 2022 is increasing 0.6% compared to inflation rate on year 2021, which is 3.2%. This also reflects increasing in goods such as palm cooking oil, which be sold at starting price of RM9.50 to RM42.25 in 2022 compared to RM6.70 to RM29.70 in 2021. One of the reasons is the Malaysian government stated on 21 June 2022 that price controls on palm cooking oil will be lifted starting on 1 July 2022.
For question 2b, explain profit push and import inflation. Profit push inflation is when a firm implements their market power to increase the price in order to earn higher profit. The causes of profit push inflation can include factors such as rising wages, increased production costs, higher taxes, or change in government regulation that impact business. Another example, on 1 May 2022, Malaysia minimum wages increased from RM1,200 to RM1,500. As the cost of hiring people went up, many companies adjust their budget in response. For smaller companies, this leads to rising their prices to keep their current employees. Next, I will explain about import inflation. Import inflation or cost inflation is a general or long-term price increase caused by rising import costs. This price increase affects the cost of raw materials as well as all import goods and services. Import inflation is caused by a decline in the value of country currency. The higher the depreciation of the currency on the foreign exchange market, the higher the price of import. This leads to more money is needed to buy goods and services from outside country. This also causes to increase in price within the country because of the higher production of cost to selling the goods and service. For example, global oil crisis in 1973 when an organization, petroleum exporting countries, were decided to embargo the oil. This led to shortage of oil in many countries. This causes rising in oil prices, which in turn lead to higher price for goods and services that rely on oil, such as transportation. As we know that oil and gas sector plays the vital role in economic situation, and this causes to recession in many countries.
Hi, my name is Alia Patricia. We'll discuss how inflation impact on the cost of living in Malaysia by providing one example. Inflation can impact the cost of living in Malaysia in various ways. One notable example is how it affects the price of essential goods and services such as food. Malaysia is known for its diverse cuisine, and food is a significant part of the average Malaysian daily expenses. Here's how inflation can impact the cost of living in Malaysia with regard to food. food price happen to rising. Food costs frequently rise as a result of inflation. This might be due to a number of causes such as increasing manufacturing costs, shipping costs, and fluctuation in global commodity prices. As the overall price level rise due to inflation, essential food staples such as grain, vegetable, chicken, meat, and cooking oil became more costly. Next is the price of chicken can fluctuate for a variety of reasons and is influenced by numerous factors. Some of the common factors that can lead to increases in chicken price include supply and demand. If there is shortage of chicken due to factors such as disease outbreak among livestock, extreme weather affecting crop of use for animal feed, or disruption in the supply chain, it can lead to price increases. Second, seasonal variation. Chicken price can vary seasonally. For example, during holidays or Hari Raya season, the demand for a certain type of chicken may increase, causing price to rise. This is the comparison price of chicken before and after inflation from 2020, 2021, 2022 until now. Who is most affected by rising food prices? Low-income individuals are most affected by rising food price as they typically spend 30% of their income on food. Retail food costs are impacted by an extensive choice of factors that impact the food supply chain, including trade conflict, worldwide pandemic, outbreak of plant and animal disease, and conflict between countries. It causes the purchasing power of a currency to decline, making a representative basket of goods and services increasingly more expensive. Why is decreased purchasing power of household? A significant amount of the standard Malaysian household income has been dedicated to food expenses. Food price increases that result from inflation put pressure on the spending power of households, making it more and more challenging for families to buy their usual supplies. This then impact the ability of individuals to buy and can lead to the increase of the cost of living. Lastly, these are sources that I get from Department of Statistics Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Iman bin Nur Azmi. Today I will discuss about how to overcome inflation on cost of living in Malaysia. The first, budgeting. You can create a monthly budget to track your income and expenses. For example, you need to spend wisely when you are shopping at the grocery. Please avoid spending on something that is not useful until you spend more than you can afford it. This will help you to identify areas where you can cut unnecessary expenses and spending. Number 2, save and invest. Please consider saving a portion of your income regularly and investing in assets that typically outpace the rate of inflation, such as stock, estate, or government bonds. So diversify your investment to reduce risk, especially nowadays. Make sure to prefer to save as much gold or dinar as possible to use in the future. Also, you can invest part of your income by using applications like MetaTrader 4 to start investing and create more earnings. Number 3, increase your income. So find a way to create your income through additional part-time works, freelancing, or pursuing better job opportunities. For example, you can create small or medium business, either physical or online, such as being an agent of a product, dropship, or shopping and TikTok affiliate. This way, you can generate additional income to stabilize the household economy. Last one is reduce debt. So high interest debt can affect your finance. For example, you often make personal loan in the bank regularly. This will cause the existing debt to increase and will burden you. So focus on paying off debt to free up more of your income for saving and investment. For example, you need to reduce borrowing and focusing on pay off debts. You can also cut expenses in subscribing to entertainment and so on.